Hi guys. So for today's video, we're going to be looking into what is the gossip on you and by who. We have 3 piles today. 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. And if you guys enjoy this reading, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp or a donation. You can find my Cash App, PayPal, Amazon wishlist, and PO box in the description box below if you'd like to throw a donation my way. Thank you guys so much for any of that stuff that you do. All of it helps me out so much, and I really appreciate all of your support in pursuing my purpose in life with these channels. Thank you guys for that. Let's get started with pile 1. Pile 1, for you guys. What is the gossip about you by who? Ugh. Taurus, trustworthy. Taurus again. Leo, generous. Leo again. Capricorn. Aquarius. So there could be a fair amount of people talking about you. There may be a couple exes talking about a new relationship you're in if you're in a new relationship. Your mother could be talking about you in some way. An ex-friend. Possibly even a current friend or partner might be talking about you as well. There may be some gossip about somebody in particular defending you as well. And people may also be talking about how you have a very high level of protection in the spiritual realm in some sort of way. Maybe some weird things have happened that people are discussing as well. People may be discussing paranormal activities that they've experienced when around you, or that you've experienced, or that they've experienced in some way dealing with you. People may be talking about your leadership skills and abilities as well, your stubbornness, how headstrong you are, how my way or the highway you are. Frank Sinatra, My Way is coming to mind. You may have refused to do things the way everybody else thought that you should be doing things, and you might actually be getting ready to have everything pay off very successfully for you for choosing to go your own way. Go your own way. W, D, WD-40, E, weed, D, wed, F, fed, few, L, flew, do, you. People could be talking about you getting sick if you got sick recently too. D, Q, Dairy Queen, T. Somebody could have problems with eating dairy as well. W, diet, dietary guidelines. People could be discussing why you got sick recently. Maybe it's been a long time since you've been sick. And they could be trying to figure out the reason why all of a sudden you are getting sick or you're under the weather. F, A, fat, fad, flat. If somebody has an eating disorder or has been very obsessed with losing weight because they may have thought that they were too big at some point, people could be discussing that as well. Wag, wage, wade, late, fate, you, H. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. People could be discussing how busy you are and how you may not have as much time as you used to have to spend with people. Which, watch. Somebody could be watching you too. Dad, laugh. Fled, flag, flash, Wendy, what, waft, Kate, date. Somebody could be watching you date somebody new too. Some of you people could be talking about your energy level, whether or not it's doing good, whether or not you need to recharge, whether or not you are shining bright. People could definitely be discussing what your vibrations are and your energies are currently, and whether or not they're in a good state. Transformation. You have definitely leveled up, and there is a lot of extra beauty about you right now. If you are dating somebody new, this could be somebody that people might have least expected it to be. You might actually be somebody who looks very good, but looks may not be the most important thing to you in the world. So there could actually be a lot of people that are discussing how you can do better than the person in front of you because they aren't as beautiful as you or some crap like that. But they may not even be seeing the good people. I think these are just like bitter people who look good but have nothing else and can't be with you. That could definitely be it. People could be discussing somebody that got close to you as well because they kind of appear unsuspecting. People could be discussing some sort of energetic vampire type of situation that may have gone on for you in the past or might be going on for you currently as well. Somebody could have a bow tie. There could be something to do with bows in general. Freckles. So let's see what else we got here. I'm going to go ahead and do the cards first today. We got Death, the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, Vulture, and the Phoenix. So, somebody could have been trying to siphon your energy. Somebody could have been trying to lower your vibration. Somebody could have been trying to feed off you in some sort of way. And people could be discussing that. They could also be discussing the fact that it doesn't matter how many people try to do this to you. It doesn't make you sick. It doesn't destroy you. That energy does not become yours. Even if you give a lot of your energy freely to people and they gain a lot of your energy, you do not take on their energy and make it yours. So their energy does not poison you. People may be talking about how you've let go of some sort of hate in the past that might have been poisoning you as well. There could have been a lot of overthinking that you were going through because of past situations where you have dealt with a lot of people that were hot and cold, in and out, on and off, or players or people that have just screwed around with you. And so people could be talking about how you might have had some sort of overthinking, or you might have been falling into some sort of negativity in some sort of way, but you're pulling yourself back up out of it like they knew you would. You don't know everything, but you know that you're right where you're meant to be, and you have reconnected yourself with your higher self. You're listening very closely for the signs, synchronicities, and messages that are coming into you, and people are talking about how close of a connection you have with your guides. Your prayer life is very strong and very effective. You're also somebody that no matter how many times things have happened that could have destroyed you, it never has. You always come back from anything that happens wiser, stronger, more stubborn than ever. People could even be talking about, there could have actually been a group of people that were intentionally trying to do these things to you to end something for you or to cause you to leave or something along those lines, and people could be talking about that as well. People could also be talking about you moving out of a specific house, or moving into a new house, or moving out of an area or into a new area. And people could also be talking about somebody in your life who passed away as well, and how you have a very close connection with them. Vultures eat the dead. They scavenge from the dead. People could be talking about a really hard time you went through. And while you were down and out, there was a lot of people who took advantage, or who tried to use and abuse you, or who tried to cause problems for you. And they're kind of talking about it in disbelief. Like, these people are truly vultures, scavengers, picking on the weak, picking on the people that don't have a good means of protection, or don't have a family around them, or don't have whatever it may be. There is people that are discussing how people have done you dirty when you were at your lowest point, and even still you couldn't be broken. So let's see what else there is here as well. There is definitely some people who played games with you in the past that are talking about you as well. But I feel like they are finally ready to let this go, and to stop trying to affect your life in some way, because they are realizing that they have absolutely no effect on your life or what you're doing in life. This person is angry all the time. They take offense to everything, and they are no fun. Maybe there's a reason for your anger. Let it loose in healthy ways. And remember, anything that costs your peace is too expensive. So, if you have been angry a lot lately, it's time to check into why. It's time to really examine what's going on, what you need to do, what you need to break out of, what you need to take back your power in your life. And it's time to let go of the anger, so it's not poisoning you anymore. Because you may be in a very defensive state. But if this is not true, then people may really be just not wanting you to open your mouth about anything. That Bitch B. Miller is the song that's coming to mind. You could tell the truth, but if I do, then I'm a bitch, you know? People may actually be just saying that because you're expressing some sort of truths, and they don't like it and don't want to hear it, or don't want to have to face things or look in the mirror at the things that they've done. You're a liar who's playing the victim. You were never hurt and caused pain to in all of your life. You are domineering and controlling. Some may even say that you're physically, emotionally, or mentally abusive. You hurt me, so I'm lashing out at you. You broke free of my control, and I don't want others to see the real me. So I blame you and distort the truth to fit a reality where I come out looking good. I can't have others see the real me. Remember, the truth always comes out. So people could be talking about you being a liar, and they could be saying that you made up all the hurt, all the pain, all the experiences that you've gone through never really happened, and you just made it all up. And people could have really been scapegoating you and trying to get people to believe these things as well. But I also feel like that's what's ending, is everything's being exposed for what it is. You're not going to know the way it's happening, and you're not meant to. You're meant to let go of this without ever getting closure. You're meant to leave it behind and just know and have faith that the universe is setting things to rights. And it is setting things to rights at this point. You could have even already walked away at this point, and now things are starting to be exposed and brought out into the open. But if it hasn't happened yet, it will be happening. Other people don't want people to see the real them, and they have scapegoated you. They have hurt you. They have used you. They have abused you. They may have even isolated you away from the world in order to do this as well. And people are finally starting to see this, and they're starting to talk about it too. Some of them even believed the nasty things about you, and they may be feeling very guilty or ashamed of how they treated you because of the liars that they believed. A special person with a special purpose. I won't be surprised if they end up known throughout the entire world. They make such a big impact in the lives of others, known and unknown. So, people are discussing how much you stand out. Yeah, people are definitely talking about how much you stand out. The skills, knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the world that you have could only have came from the things that you have said that you went through. And so people are definitely discussing the fact that if you were not lying about what you went through, these people were lying about who they were and what they did. What else are they lying about? So people are really starting to question things, and they're starting to open their eyes on a lot of things right now. And they definitely feel like you are going to be somebody who is going to make a very big difference in this world because of the things you've gone through. You might advocate for a lot of other people who are going through things that were similar as well. And it's going to make a very big difference, or already has. You definitely have already made a very big difference in a lot of people's lives. You may not even see it or know it. Your pursuit of your spiritual path is something people are talking about very highly too. So sexy, flirty, and passionate. You catch a lot of eyes and attention. Your vibrant and confident energy brings the world to life, always ready for an adventure or a night out. You may be very flirty too. People could be talking about how flirty you are, how fun you are, how you're the life of the party. Very passionate. You fight for what you believe in and you stand up for what you feel is right. You catch a lot of attention. Everyone watching this pile doesn't necessarily love the attention either. Attention comes with both good and bad, and you're very realistic about it. You bring the world to life around you as well. You really do fire people up and get them going, and you definitely impact a lot of people around you. You change their lives for the better. You give them a reason to live again. There is actually a lot of people who have you to thank for still being here today, because you came into their life and you made them realize that they had a purpose and a reason for being. And you made them feel like they were somebody. You noticed them when nobody else did. You saw them when they were invisible. You could definitely have been somebody who was invisible for a very long time before people started to notice you and have attention on you. So, I am always with you. Feel the love that I am sending your way. You are not alone. You make people feel loved. You make them feel like they are not alone. You make them feel like there is connection in this world. You may even, some of you, people might be discussing how you send love even to those who have hurt you in the past. Because you know that at that time they were hurting, which is why they were hurting you. This turned into a very long reading. You glow, and as you do, you light up the world around you. You face every challenge with strength and with optimism. How do you do it? People are trying to figure out how you are as strong as you are, how you come back every time, how no matter what anybody does, you can never be broken down or destroyed, how you continue to get up every day and live life and work towards the things that are important to you. How you've had a lot of people fuck with you, but it's like it just bounces right off your skin and has no effect. And it does. But that's what it looks like from the outside. You glow. You shine bright. If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. Some people might even think that you were born this way, but they don't know what you've been through to get here. That's why there might actually be some people saying you lied about the pain you went through and shit too, because they're trying to figure out how such an amazing person could have came from such a tumultuous past. But that's where most of the diamonds of this world come from. They come from pressure. Growing up in a pile of coal and being pressurized to the point of transforming into an unbreakable beauty. You got a lot of strength in you, and people notice it, appreciate it, and they definitely value you very highly. You are highly valued, especially because you clean up the negative lower vibrations and energies. You may have actually healed a lot of people who were hurting a lot of people around them. And a lot of those people are the ones who were attacking you that you helped to heal. Because it's not about you, it's about the bigger picture, and that's what people love about you. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, who these people are, things like that. If this helped you in some way, or any of my readings do, remember as well to please like, share, comment, subscribe, leave timestamps or donations, hit the little super thanks button. All that stuff really helps me out. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you who gives back in whatever way you do for what I bring to you guys. I really appreciate you guys, and it really does help me to be able to fulfill my purpose on this earth, to have other people fulfilling theirs in those ways. Anyway, when they get the opportunity. I do know. Anyway, I will see you guys next time, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Two worlds, one family. Trust your heart. Let fate decide to guide these lives we lead. So, pile 2. What are people saying about you? People may be talking about how, some of you could have actually adopted a child that comes from a completely different world or culture than you. And they're talking about how there might be a bit of a hard time in getting everybody on the same page or getting everybody to get along because they're so different from each other. And it could even be that you've had a new child in general come into your life, or just a new person in general come into your life. Somebody who's very, very, very different from you, but it's like opposites attract, because there's a lot of attraction energy going on. There's a lot of, it's like you're very, very different from each other, but you complement each other in a very strong way. Two different worlds. Aries. Aquarius, friendly. Gemini, intelligent. Gemini again. Libra. And the starfish. There could be an ex discussing you. There could be some in-laws discussing you. A partner could be discussing you. Your father could be discussing you. And if not, your father might have actually passed away at some point, and people could be discussing something to do with that. People are talking about your ability to be able to regenerate, to be able to come back to life, your ability to be able to rebuild, your ability to be able to heal yourself and others. People could be talking about how much you stand out, how unique you are, how different you are. People could even be talking about how you might have moved away from a certain family situation because of the differences between you and them. And either you couldn't handle those differences or they couldn't handle those differences. Shun. People could be talking about how you've been shunned in some sort of way. You got Capricorn as well. Somebody could be talking about a new connection you just got in. Somebody could be talking about your independence, your fierceness, your freedom. How cat-like you can be in some sort of way. Somebody could be talking about some sort of addictions as well. And it may not even be addictions that you have, but it might be addictions that people that are close to you have. People could be talking about you crying recently. If you recently have been crying over something, people may be talking about that as well. There could be something to do with a sociopath as well. Some people could feel like you are not showing all your cards, or you might be hiding something in some sort of way. People could also be saying there's some sort of third-party situation going on in your life, even if there isn't. Someone might be talking about a son you lost, or how you wish you were closer with your kids for some of you as well. S-H for show. It's all for show. O-Y-P, shop, hop, sop, ploy, J, joy, K, J. You could have actually even been dealing with some sort of situation as well, where somebody might have actually been paying somebody to keep an eye on you, or where people have been trying to, like, making bets on who can do the most damage. Wow, that's pretty bad. What is that movie? All That? No. No, that's not the name of the movie. With Laney Boggs and prom. And he bets that he can make anyone prom queen. And that's the only reason he was even interested in her. G, Z, or C, Z, T, D, dot, green dot. Somebody could have a green dot card. Z, M, amazing, Amazon. G, U, you're a real G. D, Z, X, somebody could be talking about a nickname that you have. Somebody actually could have even been in contact with an ex of yours as well, and you may not have known it. Coming in hot. Shot. I'm going to shoot my shot. I feel like big. Or, I mean, I feel like, sorry, no big, I feel like Pac. Cuz. Count. James. Shoop. Somebody could be talking about somebody who played you in the past as well for some of you. Jump. 21 Jump Street just came to mind. Somebody could be talking about a fight you could have got into, or a fight that ended up happening, or something like that. Somebody could be talking about as well somebody that you were interacting with at one point in time that really was not doing very well, wasn't taking care of themselves, wasn't loving themselves, was feeling like shit, was really sick, whatever the case may be. And the love that you gave them brought them back to life in some sort of way. Somebody may actually even be coming in to kind of try to get the same thing. Joke. Count. Court. Okay, we got the Ace of Cups, Ten of Wands, Page of Wands, the Octopus, and the Black Egg. So people could be discussing how clingy you are, or needy you are, greedy you are. If you have like control issues, or if you're possessive at all, or anything along those lines. And even if you aren't, people still might be saying this, or they may be talking about somebody around you who has been that way. They may be talking about how somebody can't keep their hands off of you as well. Maybe you've dealt with a lot of situations throughout your life where people just can't seem to keep their hands off of you, or have a problem with respecting your boundaries in some sort of way and want to make you feel guilty for wanting your space or your bubble, or for not wanting to have people all over you in that way. People may be talking about how in the past you could have been very clingy or needy, and how you've learned how to love yourself, and you're no longer feeling the need to hold on so tightly to things around you. Or people could be talking about how they may have been in that energy in the past, and now they are feeling more love for themselves and the world around them, and it shows. People are talking about you speaking your truth in some sort of way and how it makes people think of things they never thought of before. People may be talking about you being timid or afraid or unsure of expressing yourself in your voice at times too. Maybe even because you don't want to lose a connection because of it, or you don't want to place burdens on others by what it is that you have to say. People are talking about how curious you are, how you like to explore things, how you like to delve into things, how you're a very hard worker, how you take on a lot of responsibilities. Some people could be talking about as well how you've had a lot of very high responsibilities since a very young age. How you were the one to always take care of everyone and everything and be responsible for everything. And how you've had a really hard time bringing out that more childlike energy. But you've been doing a lot more of it lately, and you've been exploring a lot of new things lately and really opening up to things instead of being so closed off. You might have been very closed off to certain things in the past, or very fearful or afraid of them in some way. They are easily led and very indecisive. They don't seem to know what they want or who they are. They seem very lost. If this is true, then we all go through this sometimes. Take the time to find yourself and pull back from other energies to avoid manipulation. If not, this is being said by someone who was following you and wants to be seen as a leader instead. So, as I said, there could definitely be an ex that was not doing very well when you ran into them, or even an ex-friend that was not doing very well when you ran into them. And it could even be somebody that you're still in contact with too. And they followed you and all your wisdom, all your advice, all of your promptings. They learned so much from you. Then they didn't give you any credit or recognition. And not only that, they tried to say that they were the ones that taught you the things that you learned, when in reality, you knew those things long before you met them. There might actually be somebody who has defended you that said that too. You are someone who allows your addictions to rule your life. If you don't, then others are projecting their own flaws onto you. You might not be seen much by others, so there could be many who believe it, especially if how you live is different from others. Don't listen to it. Walk always talks louder than words. Show yourself through your walk, and be proud that you managed to escape addiction with the hardships that you have faced. So, there could definitely be people trying to say that you are mired in addiction in some sort of way. There could be people saying that you have broken free from addiction in some sort of way. And there could even be some sort of addicts in your life that are trying to claim that you are the addict. Some people might even be talking about how proud you should be of yourself for being able to overcome everything that you've been going through. And it could even be, if you don't got like an addiction to drugs or alcohol or something like that, it could even be a addiction to people in some sort of way. That's where that clingy, needy, greedy thing comes in, like that, is not wanting to let go of the people around you. So really putting up with a lot of burdens, a lot of weight, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of everything else to take care of everyone so you don't lose them. Even though they aren't adding to your plate, they're taking from it. So people could be discussing that too. Or maybe how you've broken free from some of that as well for some of you. I really feel like there's something here about breaking free. You are very mechanically inclined, great with vehicles, and you look good when you're working with sweat glistening in the sun. So somebody could be saying that you are very mechanically inclined. You're good at dealing with vehicles or getting things working again, fixing things. You may be somebody who is good at working on motors, who, and even if it's not anything to do with cars or mechanic work in some way, there could be a lot of outdoor work that you do, or there could be a lot of like hard labor type of work you do. You might actually, some of you could like bale hay, or you could do yard work or things like that. Piecing together puzzle pieces. People might be piecing together puzzle pieces on you and starting to see some of the things that were said that were not true as well. They might be piecing together pieces of the puzzle with other people too, and what was going on behind the scenes. Why you might have gone through some of the things that you have gone through might be being exposed here shortly. You are anything but fake. You're so honest. And you don't let others change that. Hardships and pain don't steal your beauty. You're very honest, very authentic. You're not fake. You are a very real person. You're a very genuine person. You are somebody who really does have the highest intentions of everyone around you in mind when you're doing anything. That doesn't mean you do everything perfect. That doesn't mean you don't hurt people sometimes. That doesn't mean that there aren't things that you're working on in your life. But what it does mean is that you try to be the realest you that you can be. And you're always honest and upfront with people. You're very caring, kind, and loving. And people are discussing that about you. And possibly somebody who manipulated you in the past in some sort of way and then tried to blacken your name. Warm and cozy feeling, very loving and cuddly. A very good friend and always has a shoulder to cry on. Someone who will be by your side come hell or high water. This is a ride or die person. So people are talking about you, saying that you are a ride or die person. That come hell or high water, it doesn't matter. You're going to be there at the end of the day if the people you love have something they need. And I feel like you haven't had a whole lot of people that have been there for you in that way. Because you're a very responsible person, a very hardworking person, a very dedicated person, a very passionate person. People may also be discussing how much you love to cuddle. You may even have friends that you've cuddled with before or something along those lines. You might have even had people who have cried in your lap before. Things like that. You're somebody who is really there, a shoulder for everyone to cry on, a good friend when people need it, very responsible, very hardworking, down for a challenge. You may help out in whatever way you can to pay your way. If you don't have a whole lot of money, you might actually be somebody who works very hard to make sure to be doing your part as well. And so that's pretty much what I have for the people who chose this pile. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it, whether or not it resonates, what you might have going on, things like that. And if you guys did enjoy this reading or got anything out of it or any of my readings, Make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, hit that little super thanks button. Maybe check out my collective readings every Thursday as well, because you'd probably resonate with those too, especially this pile. And I really hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3 for you guys. Let's see what the gossip is on you. By who? Time to change the story. People may be discussing how the things that you're telling yourself now are very different from what they were a couple years ago. And you may even be shifting more right at this current moment. You may be working on rewiring your thoughts in some sort of way, healing, letting go. You might actually be putting out some of the anger that you've had as well. Some people could be talking about how you are a peacemaker, a very strong peacemaker. How you don't turn up the anger when you're in a situation and somebody's angry. You generally don't stoke the flames. Instead, you have a tendency to step into your more vulnerable, loving, understanding, compassionate, and empathetic energies and feelings. Because you know just as much as that anger can be contagious to the room around you, that energy can be contagious too. And if you dump water on a fire, that fire goes out. So some people might actually say that you kind of kill their passion in some sort of way. There could be that too. So we have this woman with her eyes closed, happy. People may be discussing how happy you are, how at peace you are right now, how good you're feeling right now, how good animals make you feel. You may really love animals. You may spend a lot of time around animals. Your animals may bring you a lot of peace as well. And it might not even be just your animals. Animals in general may gravitate towards you, and people may be discussing your connection and relationship to the animals around you, how good you treat them, how much you care for them. You might even be somebody who steps in when people get angry at their animals to calm their temper and remind them of how much they love their animal, and to really take a second to breathe and see if this is that big of a deal or that important, or if your animal is more important, or if the people around you are more important. People may be discussing your youth or your youthful appearance. Some of you might actually do OnlyFans. There could be something to do with the porn industry too. Barely legal. Somebody could be talking about your relationships that you have and some of the age gaps that are in them. Or somebody could be talking about somebody that may have done you wrong in the past, but may want to come in again. Somebody may actually want to come in and talk to you about things that have happened in the past in some sort of way. And they may be talking about what happened in the past, how they handled things. They may even be wanting to apologize to you. So there could actually be somebody talking about that. We have Virgo, Cancer, Aries, courageous. We pass pussy around. That's G shit. I Mean It. The song I Mean It is coming to mind. Gemini. Sagittarius. There could have been a group of people that was gang stalking you, that was targeting you in some sort of way, that was jealous or envious of you in some sort of way, or wanted you to feel like you were insignificant. Maybe even wanted you to break, or wanted you to become like them in some sort of way. They may have wanted you to turn into the villain. How villains are made. Wow, there could have been people that were really trying to steer you off course. There could have been some very two-faced people around you spreading malicious gossip, lies, rumors. There could definitely have been a lot of like planning and strategy when it came to this. There could have been even like the telephone game type of thing going on where it's going from one person to the next person to the next person, and it's so distorted from the original lie that you can't even tell what the original lie was. And at the same time, even the original part of it wasn't the truth anyway. There could be somebody in your family talking about you. There could definitely be exes or like an ex-friends with benefits, or just people that did you wrong in the past, that played you, that broke your heart, or that befriended you just to try to destroy you in some sort of way. There could have actually even been somebody that paid these people to do this as well. Maybe somebody from an ex-partner's family, or somebody from your own family for some of you. People are talking about how much of a caretaker you are, how much of a lover you are, a nurturer, how you're very protective of yourself, of your family, of your space. And a lot of that has to do with what you have been through with other people. You're definitely not a naive person, even though you're extremely kind, caring, generous, loving, empathetic, understanding. You believe in everyone, and you would love to see everyone doing good around you. But at the same time, you're not naive or stupid. I feel like some of you might have even seen some of these things that were going on. You might have noticed the rats around you. But you let it go, and you just washed your hands of it and moved forward. People could be talking about how your voice brings inspiration to others as well. Maybe even some of the people that you've dealt with in the past. People could be talking about how you lead a lot of people that are younger than you, and a lot of people look up to you. HS P, highly sensitive person. Definitely gifted, very sensitive, very intuitive. You can pick up on the energy around you very rapidly. You pick up on people's plans or ideas very rapidly too. You really do piece together the pieces and connect the dots you're very skilled at that. You're very intelligent. People are definitely talking about your intelligence as well, how different you are from others, how much you stand out, and how your intelligence and your specific gifts are definitely something that are going to create a lot for you in your life. K, talk show, speak. W, M, G, MGM Grand. It's a casino and a hotel. Oh, MGM, wow. Silk, D, MD, a doctor. Z, you might be a doctor, or maybe there's a doctor that's important in some way. P, Y, spy, stalking. You could have dealt with people stalking you or spying on you or in your business on a regular basis. You could have even picked up on attempts that were made on you in some sort of way to hurt you or harm you before they happened. People might even be trying to find a way to distract you so that you don't pick up on those things. E, Mel, L, Melody, Melinda, Maleficent, F, ELF, Elf. B, you could be a very happy-go-lucky person. Some people could be saying this in a good way, and some people could be saying it in a bad way. B-I-E, bisexual. P, G, Y, PG. You might be somebody who does not show a whole lot of public displays of affection. You could be somebody even who is a lady or gentleman in the street and a freak in the sheets, if that's the case, because I don't feel like you're somebody who's a prude or who is sexually holding yourself back or anything like that. But what I do feel like is not a whole lot of people get that energy from you, and when they do, it's a very private thing to you. People could have actually even tried to expose or make this public in some sort of way. They may have even discussed the things that you do or like or whatever to yeah, there could have been some situations where people like really strategized shit and planned shit and came in with knowledge beforehand of how to get close to you or whatever the case may be. You're also somebody that when you have passion for somebody and you're attracted to them, you're extremely attracted to them. It's like a fire is burning between you and this person. And and there's been times where they thought they had manipulation over you in this way. They thought that they were the ones controlling things. They thought that they were causing you to do things you didn't want to do, but you weren't doing anything that you didn't want to do. You were doing what you were wanting to do, and when you weren't wanting to do it anymore, it was like a cold shower because you were like, nope, this person's not treating me right. This person is lying to me. This person had this going on, or this person had that going on. And once you put everything together, it's like a cold shower because all of that passion just shut off and they can't get you to feel it again. That could be something too. So take what resonates, guys, because this one's a little different than normal. Anyway, let's see what else we got. The things that they say are totally offensive. They blurt things out that others would never say. You aren't a fan of sugar-coated BS. Sorry, you aren't a fan of sugar-coated BS. The people saying this probably wouldn't know the truth if it bit them in the ass. They spend all their time censoring themselves. So, people could be saying that you are very offensive in your words, that you're very hurtful, that you're very cruel, that you are harsh, that you're very intelligent and you know exactly what would hurt people the most. And you have a tendency to say that. It could definitely be that you do that. And it honestly could just be that you're not going to fucking sugarcoat shit. You're not going to, paste on a fake smile and pretend that this person's doing everything right when you know what's up and what's going on. So you're going to call people out on it and you're going to express yourself. And people may not like that you express yourself, but you're going to express yourself anyway. That Bitch by B. Miller is coming to mind again, and some of you might have picked pile 1 too. We have also here child, guilt, glimpse, milk, mask, puny, bit, built, spit, spam, male, mile high club. People could definitely be talking about some of the sexual exploits that you had that you thought were private matters. Sky. The sky is the limit. So let's see what else we got. They are jealous and envious of everyone they meet. They have a lot of self-hate. They try to destroy others. Someone here is projecting onto you. You may have walked away, and so they are trying to make sure others see you as the bad guy. Victimhood mentality may be present here too. So you could have actually been dealing with somebody that started a relationship while they were dealing with you, or that didn't tell you that they were married when they met you, or you could have been dealing with somebody that was a user, somebody who was in survival mode, somebody who was taking everything they can and everything they could get from anyone and everyone around them in some sort of way. This person may be very spiteful, envious, jealous, This person could be somebody who is very jealous of your looks, or jealous of the attention you get, or the time you get from others, or the skills or abilities that you have in some sort of way. They could have even been jealous or envious that you don't give a shit what anybody thinks about you, or how you're living your life, or who you're fooling around with, or anything of that sort. You don't let anybody dictate whether or not it's okay for you to be who you are, and you're not going to feel ashamed or guilty of who you are. Can't Hold Us Down by Pink is coming to mind. You may also be somebody who points out things like, say people are like, oh, this guy's awesome. He slept with all the women. He slept with so many women, and he's so awesome and he's so amazing. I want to be just like that. Oh, she slept with all these men. She's such a whore. She's such a slut. She's so disgusting. She's so awful. So is he too? And is she awesome too? Because sex don't matter. So you could be somebody who actually points out things like that as well. There was a guy at one point in time that was talking about his niece doing that and saying that she shouldn't be doing that and all the things about her, you know, and he does it all the time too. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You do the same things. If it's not okay with her or for her, then it shouldn't be okay for you either. And you're the one teaching her and showing her the way. She's looking up to you. So if you want her to be doing something different, start doing something different. And if you're not going to hate yourself for that, don't be hating on her either. So, yeah, people could definitely be talking about how you fight battles like that on a regular basis, just in general. And it might not even be that same topic, but just in general. That was a good example of how I could describe that. They have no idea what they are doing. The damage that they leave in their wake. If true, work on extra healing and know that everyone goes through this at times. If not, then this person is hurt or bitter about a situation and they feel like it was unfair. Talking it out may help. So there may be some people that have been hurt by you or hurt themselves by trying to screw with you, who are talking a lot of nonsense about you. There's definitely a lot of attention on this pile. There's a lot of people talking about you. There's a lot of different things going on. And a lot of it has to do with who you are as a person. And people don't think that you should be free to live your life the way that you're living your life. And they want to make you conform to their way of seeing things or doing things. And you refuse. And these people are pissed off because they feel like they have to live a certain way and you should have to live a certain way too. But it's not your fault that they're giving away their power and choosing to live the way that other people say they should. And you don't have to do that just because they are. Your outfits are so well put together. Your style's on point and clean cut. Always clean and organized, ready to tackle any school projects or volunteer projects. Creativity is a blessing they have in spades, and they work very hard to put it to use in many ways. So people are talking about your level of creativity, the projects you've worked on, the amazing things that you can do, the skills you have, the hard work, time, and effort you put into cultivating yourself and your unique gifts and abilities. And they're also talking about your style sense as well. Some of you could actually even be fashion designers or something along those lines. Your makeup looks good, your hair looks good. When you go out, you look on point and you are rocking it. People definitely, there may be a lot of people who try to, you might be a trendsetter. There's a lot of like trendsetter energy here. So a lot of people might actually follow after you in some sort of way as well. Some of you might have been drawn to pile two, too, especially if people have been trying to convince people that you're the follower. They're starting to realize and see that, nah, you're the one who always ends up getting there first. And everybody else is just taking your lead. You are always so on point in your words and your actions. You always have a plan, or at least it looks like it. You seem to have everything together. So people feel like you have everything together. You're on point in your words and your actions. You look good. You're feeling good. You're creative. You're a blessing in a lot of people's lives. You don't cry often, but when you do, it is definitely real and true. You are beautiful when you are sad. And you definitely break hearts when yours breaks, because your emotions bring out the emotions of others. So if you have met a lot of emotionally unavailable people, that's who a lot of these people could be, that are upset and hurt and bitter from the past too. Because it's like when they met you, they had buried their heart so fucking deep down that it didn't even exist. And whatever happened between you, they hurt you and can't be a part of your life anymore. But now they have so much love for you because you awakened their heart again. But on the opposite side of the coin of love is hate. And these people have spent a long time in pain and hurt and misery. So they may be having a hard time working their way out of some sort of hateful feelings that they may be feeling towards you. The Lovers, you choose freedom. You choose independence. You choose not to be bound or tied down by things that are toxic. You've chosen to break cycles of the past. You've been working on your emotions as well. You've learned a lot. I think people have learned a lot about their own emotions from you too. You have a lot of options. You have a lot of options out there. And people are discussing how many options you have. And some people might even be saying the reason you have those options is because you have chosen to be free and independent. You've chosen to be okay with being alone, if that's the way it is, but not really wanting to be alone either, and still wanting to have a connection or something good in your life. And so you may have a lot of options, but I feel like people might be talking about how you've chosen an option in some sort of way too. People may be talking about how you've left or walked away from some options too, because they weren't very good for you in some way. People may be talking about how many friends you have, how many harmonious, peaceful connections you have, how flirty you are, how fun you are. Somebody might be discussing wanting to take you on a date in some sort of way, or somebody who has taken you on a date. Somebody might have even taken you off of the market, or you soon will be, and people are discussing this. People are discussing how you could go anywhere, be anything, do anything, be anyone that you want to be. And how you still somehow always choose to be a friend to others as well. You choose to be a friend to others. You choose to be the person that you are. You might actually be somebody who volunteers a lot. You might be somebody who enjoys helping out a lot. You might enjoy spending a lot of time with children as well. For some of you, even you spend a lot of time helping people learn, grow, helping people overcome things and get through things. You have been an extremely good friend to a lot of people, and people are discussing your friendship, the level of friendship that you offer, and how beautiful it is. We have the Swan, and we have the Fire Ant. So people are also talking about how in the past you might have been very confused. And since there was a lot of things going on where people were hurting you, lashing out at you, attacking you in some sort of way, you might have a very hard time trusting that others are really your friend, even though you're their friend. People may be discussing how you see yourself in the mirror and how it has shifted over the years too, and how you cause others to look at themselves in the mirror. You're somebody who is very graceful, very poised, very dignified. You handle yourself with integrity. People may feel very peaceful in your presence, very calming, very soothing. Some people may find you to be a very large mystery. People might like uncovering that mystery as well. You might be somebody who likes to uncover mysteries. And you have a tendency to see yourself in the world and in others around you as well. Sometimes you might even have a tendency to mirror back to others what they're sending your way. So when people interact with you, they may be forced to look in a mirror in some sort of way, and some of them can handle it and some of them can't. So that could be a lot of what's going on in that too. You've definitely dealt with a lot of gang stalking, gossiping, drama, chaos, people trying to really like burn down everything you're doing, or trying to destroy the options that you have, or trying to keep you from seeing how amazing you are, or leveling up in some sort of way, or freeing yourself in some sort of